Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is Asad Yaqub.
Assalamu alaikum. This is Shamaila.
And both of us have come to Madian Valley to make wonderful videos. Wind is blowing out there, river is flowing. We are making Ielts videos for you.
And rain kabhi bhi ho sakti hai.
It might rain anytime as well. Yes, it's cloudy, so we may have rain anytime.
Exactly.
It may rain. So, what's the question? She's having some questions.
Booty.
All right.
Okay. Well, असद मेरा क्वेश्चन ना इस वीडियो के लिए है आइल्ट्स लिसनिंग से रिलेटेड, और मैं ये पूछना चाह रही हूँ कि आइल्ट्स लिसनिंग के पार्ट 1 में किस तरह के क्वेश्चंस होते हैं और किस तरीके से उनमें क्या हमें ऐसा करना चाहिए कि हमारे पूरे उसमें जो है ना नंबर आए, लाइक ये सारे करेक्ट हो.
Okay. It's quite windy here. IELTS listening part 1. Well, this part is the easiest part. Audio is normal, and in part 1 there is always a dialogue. Right? One person is asking question, other is answering. Sometimes other is asking, one is answering. And I advise the students, IELTS listening part 1 is the best one to improve your pronunciation. IELTS listening part 1 gives you a variety of sentences which you can use in your IELTS speaking module. So for speaking, listening part 1 is ideal. For pronunciation, listening part 1 is ideal because audio is normal, audio is not very fast, you can easily follow the audio. Now, there are some type of questions which we have in IELTS listening part 1. Number 1, most common question type is one word and or a number. Okay, I'll come to this one by one, right? Second important question type is there can be a table with no more than 2 words or no more than 3 words and or a number. This is old pattern. I mean, but in IELTS it's not new or old, they have mixed pattern, right? And number 3, there can be multiple choice questions in IELTS listening part 1. Right? Now these 3 questions can be anticipated. Let's talk about the first question type, that is no more than 1 word and or a number. Over here, it's very simple. One question is going to be about a date. One question is about name. My name is Asad. That is A-S-A-D. You have to write A-S-A-D. One question is going to be about phone number, credit card number, and all that. So it starts like this, right? And questions are very simple. Sometimes answer is in the question. For example, it is free, isn't it? And if the person says yes it is, so the answer is free, right? So he's asking if the answer to the question is positive, it means it is free and otherwise charged. Okay, so you need to follow it like this. And remember, in listening part 1 they always use synonyms, although these synonyms are not very complicated. Sometimes synonyms, sometimes paraphrasing and all that, but for the most part they use synonyms. And the words that we have as an answer, sometimes answer is as simple as black, B-L-A-C-K. Sometimes answer is as simple as water. Sometimes answer is as simple as electricity. And if in part 1 they have any unusual word, they are going to spell that word for you. Now listen, if they give you multiple choice questions in listening part 1, the first thing is don't panic. Right? Don't get yourselves panicked that okay, listening part 1 pattern is changed, multiple choice. In listening part 1, whenever they give you multiple choice questions, options are very short. Even if the options are long, you can cut them short. Cut them short means summarize the options. For multiple choice questions, there is one important technique, and that is summarize the options which are long. Otherwise, if multiple choice questions appear in IELTS listening part 1, answers can be A 10th July, B 15th July, C 20th July. As simple as that, right? Answers can be today, tomorrow, yesterday. So you just have to select one of these options. So in part 1, even if they give you multiple choice questions, they are not going to be complicated, right? And by the way, the guys who need 8777 band, they have to prepare IELTS in such a way that in part 1 and part 4, they always get 10 by 10 in part 1 and 10 by 10 in part 4, because part 4 is also similar to part 1. Yes, it's only part 3 which is a little complicated, but part 1 and part 4, they are similar. Yes, the difference is in part 4 there is the part of a lecture. In part 4 audio is fast and advanced. In part 1 audio is normal and basic. Right?
So, Asad, audio fast होती है?
No, it's not fast. I use the word fluent.
Fluent. Okay.
Audio is fluent. When it is fluent, it is fast. You know, some people speak English fluently, and we say he speaks English very fast. So fast is fluent, fluent is fast, right? So this is how, when you practice, I mean, don't take the risk of making mistakes in part 1. If you are getting 5 to 6 correct answers in part 1, it means you are not capable of getting higher band in IELTS, right? So part 1. Question type, one word and or a number, multiple choice questions, sometimes table completion, no more than 2 words, no more than 3 words, and all that, okay? And you need to try to get 10 by 10 in part 1. And by the way, if you focus IELTS listening part 1, the language they speak, you can improve your spoken English. The way they speak, you can improve your pronunciation. And part 1 will prepare you for part 2. Great understanding and all that stuff, right?
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you. And मज़ीद आगे भी बता दें.
All right, all the best. I teach IELTS online all over the world and on campus in Lahore. If you want to be the part of online or on-campus IELTS classes, my WhatsApp number is there. You can contact me for that. Asad Yaqub and
Shamaila
we both wish you best of luck. Take care. Allah Hafiz.
खुदा हाफिज़.